An activist group in North Carolina is trying to do everything they can to remove a Christian bookstore from a military base off of North Carolina. I'm going to talk about this and why you should care in today's video. Don't go away. All right, guys, go ahead and smite that like button and help the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe here if you are new. We talk about contemporary theological issues on this channel, and glad to have you on board with us today. The MilitaryTimes.com says activists wants unconstitutional Christian bookstore off this base. This article says here an activist hopes to remove a small Christian bookstore operating in an exchange mini mall on Fort Liberty, North Carolina, claiming a violation of separation of church and state. The Faith to Soar has operated as a concessionaire in an Army and Air Force exchange service mall location for 8 months after previously opening from kiosk. Quote, "We have no trouble with any of these stores at all if they're in some local mall, but it's about the time, place, and manner. This is on U.S. military property," says Mikey Weinstein, founder of the nonprofit Military Religious Freedom Foundation. "We would be just as upset as if it were another religion." Weinstein said the Constitution made it clear that the government will not establish religion. This is the epitome of establishing religion in a post-exchange. The article also says here, we're not stopping anybody's free speech or free exercise of religion, says Weinstein, an Air Force Academy graduate who has sparred with a series of Christian organizations and military commands for nearly 2 decades. His organization boasts 85,000 members, including currently serving military veterans, civilians, and others of various faith and non-faith groups. The obvious command endorsement in favor of fundamentalist Christianity to the exclusion of all other faith and non-faith traditions of your subordinate U.S. Army soldiers for the Fort Liberty command structure is unmistakable, untenable, illegal, immoral, and that's so dramatic. You would think there would be an abortion clinic on the property, but they're selling Bibles. I mean, you would think that they would be handing out heroin needles the way this guy describes it. Oh my goodness. I promised myself I wouldn't laugh, but I am. What a drama queen, man. Oh boy. The divine feminine has risen in this one. Weinstein wrote an August 31st letter registering his complaint with Lieutenant General Christopher Donahue, Commanding General of the 18th Air Corps of Fort Liberty. I want you to read this sentence right here, okay? I'm sorry. It's just, I don't mean to laugh. It's so dramatic the way, I mean, you would think the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Freddy Krueger and Jason from Friday the 13th were being let loose somewhere on this military base. I mean, wow. And look at this sentence here. I'm going to try to make this bigger for everybody can see this, okay? It represents the heinous, un-American, unconstitutional epitome of unlawful, in-your-face, fundamentalist Christian nationalism, triumphalism, exceptionalism, domination, bullying, and supremacy. I mean, like, look at this store. They sell wooden crosses and T-shirts and buttons. I mean, this is probably some evangelical thing. But you act like they're selling crack cocaine. I mean, they're selling little purses that say I can do all things through a verse out of context or something like that. I mean, there's probably a Joel Osteen book on the shelves in there. And this guy acts like this is some heinous, unbelievable civil rights violation akin to apartheid or something like that. I mean, come on, man. Come on. Weinstein calls for his organization to investigate the store and remove it, saying his group will exhaust all remedies. Who hurt you? A Fort Liberty spokesman referred to questions from the organization. The store owner, Josh Creason, said local organization officials had met with him to look at the items in the store since Weinstein's complaint. No action has been taken against the store. The exchange has thoroughly reviewed all aspects of the issues that have been raised, and Weinstein is flat out wrong on the law, says Mike Berry, director of military affairs on the nonprofit First Liberty Institute, which is providing legal representation to the bookstore. It would be unconstitutional and illegal for the government to exclude a bookstore or any other type of business from operating on the in this area simply because they're Christian or other faith-based business. And so, I mean, yeah, he says here, the owner of the Faith to Sword, Josh Christian, told Military Times he was blindsided by Weinstein's comments. We've never been approached by anyone complaining about our presence here at all. We've received tremendous amount of praise and appreciation from people saying they're so thankful we are here, but nothing ever negative. We're a for-profit organization. We're not tied to the military. And so, I mean, yeah, it's a business. So it's, yeah, like any vendor, the company we went through with the process for their approval to operate as a concessionaire, as with other vendors, more than 20% of the sales go to the AAFES in support of morale, welfare, and recreational program for troops and families. So they're trying to get rid of this bookstore really because they hate God. And that's the whole point. It's not because they have some constitutional principle. They're just God haters, all they are. I'll tell you a story here real quick. We have the Kentucky State Fair every year in Kentucky, and I've got some literature while I was there from some of these atheist groups that always have a kiosk there. A couple of years ago, the Hillary Clinton group had a kiosk there, and I had a very interesting conversation with them. Before I tell you that, I want to tell you also we have our book, Calling Evil Good, The Live Christian Rock and Roll, available on Amazon. Link in the description below. This book has gone #1 in the Amazon category. It's in several times, so go ahead and get you a copy of this right now, and link in the description. You will enjoy that book, and also while you're here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Please take the time, if this channel provides value to you, please take the time to subscribe to us. We appreciate that. But I got some of these flyers here. Religious Equality for All Americans, American Atheist Organization right there. And I got this one, the Freedom from Religion Foundation, Imagine No Religion. And I want you guys to I'm going to show you this first paragraph on this pamphlet, and maybe you can take a screenshot of that at some point and just read that yourself on your own time. But the top article here, the top paragraph says, the history of Western civilization shows us that the most social and moral progress has been brought about by persons free from religion. I don't think that's not true at all. That is not true at all. Because, and I have to sympathize with these people, because when they think of religion, they're thinking of the same religions that I'm against. They're thinking of Mystery Babylon. They're thinking of Roman Catholicism. They're thinking of, the terrible persecutions in Europe and things of that nature. Absolutely. And yes, I am against that religion. I absolutely am against it. And society has progressed greatly when Catholicism was not in charge. So I want to just kind of throw that intellectual argument out there to our atheist friends here, atheist American friends, so that you can reconsider some of these ideas. There is a true Bible Christianity out there that believes in religious liberty. And really, guys, if it were not for the influence of the Baptist on the Bill of Rights and Constitution, having the ear of Thomas Jefferson and Mr. Madison, then the First Amendment that you guys exist because of would have never existed, because the Protestants and the Catholics wanted to destroy all non-believers. Let me not put it that way. They wanted America to be like a theocracy. And that is not what America was designed to be. America was designed to be a place with religious liberty. And that's what you and I agree on here, I guess. But it says here, in modern times, the first to speak out for prison reform, for humane treatment of the mentally ill, for abolition of capital punishment, for women's right to vote. There you go. For death with dignity for the terminally ill, and for the right to choose contraception, sterilization, and abortion, have been free thinkers, just as they were the first to call for an end to slavery. I don't think that's necessarily true. I mean, I don't think that the slavery issue was, I don't think atheists were leading the moral charge on that. I don't think so. I'm open to hearing the truth about that, but I just don't think that doesn't sound right. The Freedom from Religion Foundation works as an umbrella for those who are free from religion and are committed to the cherished principles of separation of state and church. As Freedom from Religion Foundation principal founder Anne Gaylor, is started by a woman, noted, to be free from religion is an advantage for individuals. It is a necessity for government. So religion has a role in government. And if you want to know what a godless government looks like, look at Mao in China. Look at Stalin. Look at those guys. That is what an atheistic government looks like. It is total communism. And without the 10 Commandments, without the influence of the 10 Commandments upon society, it would be total just barbarism. It would be like a 1980s dystopia movie. I mean, it would be like Jean-Claude Van Damme playing Cyborg all over again. You would live in that world if it were not for the influence, the restraining influence of Christianity upon the morals and consciences of men. You want Christianity in your society. You want the Bible in your society. You want children to be told, thou shalt not kill. You want that. I promise you that you want that. Thou shalt not lay with thy neighbor's wife. You want that in your society. Thou shalt not bear false witness. You want that in society. What provides that in a society? It is religion. And I think men are bettered when they're Christian. I think they have better moral character. I think our army is better. I think, you've got this corruption going on in this beast system called Washington, D.C. I don't even know why we even have a national government anymore. I mean, America is so divided and states are so different from each other. Honestly, I really think, and I'd be for the idea of diminishing the power of the presidency altogether. Everybody's so worried, about who's going to be the next president. Well, it ought to be set up, who cares? They ought not have that kind of sway and influence. What we're doing is electing a king every year. It's not good. But to ban a Christian bookstore, I guarantee you they're not sitting there saying heinous things about homosexuality in that bookstore. Probably not. They're probably selling Southern gospel music, probably got a Casting Crown CD on there, probably got some Joel Osteen and Joyce Meyer books on the shelf, and y'all are mad about that? Give me a break. For real. Whatever. Guys, go watch the Third Adam series. It's available now on our channel. You guys will be greatly blessed by this. I know you will. It'll explain all the ins and outs of mystery religion as we have seen it so far, and that'll be a great blessing. Also, our modernism, fundamentalism, new evangelical playlist. There's a couple of videos in there like this one right here that we forgot to post in there. So go check those out on the homepage of our channel, and I know that you guys will like that. Also, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and don't forget our book, Calling Evil Good, The Life of Christian Rock and Roll, now available now on Amazon. Guys, God bless you. Have a good day. We'll see you soon.